All right. Are you ready, John?
Are we go?
We're go. In every life, some rain must fall, or you'll get wet as your sorrow calls. Oh, the sun will rise on a brand new morn. You'll be warm and dry and freshly born.
With support from Judith Robert and in the memory of our good friend Tom Kapazinskas, and with additional support from Marshall County Community Foundation, the Indiana Arts Commission, Marshall County Tourism, and E. Lee Marshall, and WVPE Public Radio, from historic downtown South Bend, Indiana, where Lincoln Way and the Michigan Road cross the banks of the beautiful St. Joseph River, it's the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour! Tonight's show features a lively band of players that call Merrimans Playhouse their home. The band features Stephen Merriman on drums and Mary Merriman on upright bass. Stephen Hess is tickling the ivories. Maximilian Wilfinger is on trumpet. And our saxophonist is Todd Neuenschwander. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Merriman Playhouse players to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. Also on the program tonight is another regional singer and songwriter whom we have featured a number of times on the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. She has studied improvisational singing with both Bobby McFerrin and Rhiannon. She performs solo and with the Song Sisters and numerous jazz musicians. Please help us welcome Patti Shaffner to Merriman's Playhouse tonight. And now, recorded live from Merriman's Playhouse in the Commerce Center, originally constructed as a power plant for the Indiana and Michigan Power Company in 1901, and now generating electrical excitement for the benefit of the local and regional community, here is the radical rascal of all things lunar, or lunatic, your radio hour host, George Schricker!
The river goes round, around the bend. Yeah, the river goes round, round, round to the very end. And when it stops, it starts again. It won't be long, won't be long till the river goes round, till the river goes round.
It won't be long
It won't be
till the river goes round and round and round, my friends. Well, thank you, Derek, for that lovely introduction. I'm so excited to be here doing our very first on-the-road version of the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour in my dear friend's house, the Merriman's Playhouse. Isn't that wonderful? I'm pretty jazzed up about it.
And indeed, so am I, Daddy-O.
Yeah.
I'm as augmented as a seventh chord and raising a fifth to celebrate. I'm so hip that my mind is blowing changes, and I'm sailing chill through broken time not half diminished. I'm strolling with a hard bop through the whole textual substrate, man.
Oh, yeah. That's extreme jive, dude. I'm getting electrified just by your attitude. You are one rad language riffer, whatever that means.
It means I'm laying down some long meter so I can deliver my words in a Lydian scale a la George Russell and company. In other words, George, I be jivin'.
That explains the beret. Now, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, but we do have some very special advice or some words of wisdom from our dear and oh-so-hip female mentor today. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, Maestro. We have words of wisdom from our resident Rosie. Rosie is sitting next to me with her Rastafarian dreadlocks, green leathern leafy hands, gypsy dress, and a pithy disposition. Always eager to share her ideas with us, she comes complete with notes of wisdom distilled from a world of scintillating sources. Take it away, John.
We have a note from Rosie. This note was wrote by Rosie. It's a wonder of a note, fresh off a ferry boat. If we voted on a quote, this note we'd vote the goat. We have a note from Rosie.
Jazz is not just music. It's a way of life. It's a way of being. It's a way of thinking. Nina Simone.
From Rosie, with words that align most perfectly with our hosts, Stephen and Mary Merriman.
Visit John and see how he's doing. John, you're way over here on the other side of the space today.
I'm usually pretty far away from you, George.
And you came in with that beatnik hat on today.
Yeah, I usually wear my straw hat, but I didn't think it was cool enough for jazz.
That's good. Well, you know who is cool enough for jazz, and that is Stephen and Mary Merriman. Yeah. And I wonder if they could just come on up and just come up to these mics so I can ask you a few questions. I want to talk to you. And yeah, I'm positive. Whichever one feels best. Okay. Well, Mary, that's yours over there. Really? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay. Okay. Now, you know, it's kind of interesting. We both have moved back home and done interesting things together, and we've been friends for a long time.
Since our first babies, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. And you've been so inspirational to me, and it's been a great experience. And he supplied us with a piano down there, and I was going to ask you a question.
Another one coming too.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you a question about that. You rescue old pianos, is that correct?
Well,
you used to anyway.
Yeah, that's for many years. I couldn't stand to see the pianos just end up in the landfill when I knew that they were very viable and
right.
I could make them pianos again.
Yeah, I think there's something about that resurrection of something. Even in your hometown, like this Club for Jazz, which is kind of interesting. It moves out of the same sort of impulses, I think.
The creation of Merrimans Playhouse?
Yeah.
Well, it is a bit of something that hasn't been too well represented in our culture. And
right.
Jazz music slips through the cracks. And so people don't really get a chance to experience it like this and realize, oh, it's just folk music. It's just a different kind of folk music. You learn the language, and it's absolutely a community experience. You know that I think anybody can grab onto the energy and feel it if they experience it. And so it was slipping through the cracks, just like those old pianos, just like a lot of the artists.
Right.
They're underrepresented. People don't understand. They think it's weird. They have all kinds of different. Same thing with piano. People tell me all the time that the piano, oh, nobody wants a piano anymore. You can get them, dime a dozen. I tune pianos every day, all day long. People care about music, and they care about pianos.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know.
Yeah.
And so I trust that humans are a lot more together than people realize.
Let's give a hand for humans. And speaking of humans, Mary Merriman, you got involved with this this venture too, and I look at that little fireplace you have over there that's inside of the piano. I don't know how you quite achieved that, and I don't know why the piano's not playing really hot music right now. But
It could be.
but what I
No pianos were hurt.
But yes, and my experience of you at Merrimans is as being sort of the person who, I don't know, you laid out a spread of food for us tonight, and you were such a warm and wonderful host, and you kind of opened your heart to all of us. You bring a lot to this venture.
Nate's like, I'm the secret weapon.
She's definitely the secret weapon.
Yeah. So what did you think about it? Did you help get this going together, and you were when Stephen talked to you about it, or did it just start happening?
It's part of me. It's part of who I am as well.
Yeah.
So it was just natural that we would do this together.
Yeah, and now you've had quite a lot of experience. You were in the older place on Mishawaka. Now you're over here, and you've had a lot of experience on stage with a lot of musicians. What's that been like? I mean, having that experience, all those experiences.
Well, it's really great meeting all these musicians that are touring.
Yeah.
I don't play with them, but
No.
but meeting them and it's totally inspirational, and I learn from each group that comes in.
Well, can you help us learn a little bit about jazz right now by playing a song?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Play is always best. A lot better than talking about it. Waiting for it? Actually, we're going to play a Swedish folk song. Okay.
Those Swedes sure know how to have fun, man.
That sound like the Swedish folks?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I like their meatballs too. Yeah, that's a great group. Anyway, hey, we're gonna coming up next. We have a wonderful jazz singer, Patti Shaffner from Gary, Indiana, and she'll be on right after the break.
And in memory of our dear friend Tom Kapazinskas, and from the generosity of the Marshall County Community Foundation and the Indiana Arts Commission, First Source Bank, E. Lee Marshall, and WVPE Public Radio, you're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
To the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. I'm here with Patti Shaffner. Patti, we've had you to the moon a number of times, sharing with your group, the Song Sisters.
With Song Sisters, yes,
and
indeed.
then also you've been on the radio show maybe a couple times. I don't know.
Yeah, a few. Yes,
Yeah.
It's always been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great, and you got a number of albums.
I do.
And you have some kind of website, right?
I even have a website. Yes.
You can tell them what your website is. That's all right.
Well, I don't know if they'll be able to spell it, but if they go to my name, which is Patti with an I, and then Shaffner, Shaffner,
right,
and just Google my name, you'll find me. But the website is jazzdakini.com.
Explain that dakini part.
Well, the dakini.
Is that like something you wear? Like
You know, many times people have thought it was either a bikini or a zucchini.
Well, right.
And it's neither. Actually, it's a Tibetan icon, a female icon, which the root of the word dakini means to beckon with sound. So jazz is one of my favorites, and I can beckon with sound. So therefore, I am a dakini.
All right. Well, beckon forth.
I shall indeed with this fabulous group. All right. Y'all are up.
Let's bring in the storm.
Blue sky shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see, and bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things looking so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Yeah, and bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds from now on. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things looking so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now. Blue skies from, oh, blue skies from now on. Blue skies.
With support from Judith Robert and in memory of our dear friend Tom Kapazinskas, and from the generosity of our Marshall County Community Foundation and the Indiana Arts Commission, First Source Bank, E. Lee Marshall, and WVPE Public Radio.
We're in the second section.
Oh, we're down past that. I apologize. I'm sorry.
We had a whoa. Audience, don't tell the radio people, okay? Don't post about this on Facebook.
You'll never
I'm just
know
kidding.
about it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, from our hometown to yours, the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour presents our very first audience participation quiz show, Shoot the Moon.
It don't matter to me how smart you are. Maybe you're a big buffoon. You don't need to be quick on the draw. All you gotta do is shoot the moon. Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
And now, here's the host of Shoot the Moon, the original colonist of little used words and often chuffy. Sorry. And now, here's the host of Shoot the Moon, the original colonist of little used words and an often chuffy, twistical, and gut-foundered lad of ribald jollification, George Schricker.
Thank you, Derek, for that early American jazz-influenced introduction. While I call up today's contestants, which won't be very difficult, would you mind reading the rules of this woefully contrived yet mentally challenging extravaganza?
Prior to the show, audience members indicate their willingness to participate in Shoot the Moon by supplying an answer to this inane survey question. Are you now, or have you ever been a student of the behavioral psychology? And with that question answered in any number of attendant variables, distinguishing the method a person might freely choose, or so they may deceptively think in the affirmative, they are needlessly subjected to this further interrogation. Are you ready, willing, and able to gently access your remarkable, yet environmentally predetermined being in an often silly and self-deprecating manner in the futile attempt to answer a series of capricious and often ill-conceived questions?
Yes.
I am.
And from a collective audience of members who have learned to push a button to ask for a stimulating electrical shock while answering in the affirmative, exactly 2 contestants are selected to play Shoot the Moon. So now, let's play Shoot the Moon!
Willow Weatherall.
Hello.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What a beautiful kind of windy name.
Thank you. I've got hippie parents to thank for it.
I know something about those kind of parents. You're the director of South Bend, downtown South Bend,
Downtown
right?
South Bend, yes.
And what does that exactly involve?
Oh, well, I'm a downtown placemaker, and
Placemaker.
yeah, it encompasses so many different things, but helping people feel connected to our beautiful downtown, supporting independently owned local businesses like the Merrimans that create so much rich character for our community, and, you know, just generally enhancing and advancing the downtown so many different ways.
And I just read an article, I think in the South Bend Tribune, that was about a bunch of new businesses locating in downtown South Bend.
That's correct. The last 18 months, we've welcomed 28 new businesses.
Woo! Wow. That's great. Now, Tony Crable, you're the program director, of WVPE Public Radio. And what exactly does that entail?
Well, it entails a lot of things, mainly making sure we stay on the air for one, but also scheduling programming like Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Thank goodness.
I also help produce Michiana Chronicles that we hear every week.
Oh, that's great. That's a great show.
Which is really more the writers than anything, so that's wonderful to have that.
That's great. You know, I was trying to come up with some sort of phrase that would describe your rich voice, because every time I hear it on the radio, I'm so reassured. I feel like putting on my pajamas and kind of snuggling up with a book or a pet. I don't know, something like that. So how do you get your voice so comfy like that?
I just try to remain calm but not too calm. You don't
Yeah.
want to put people to sleep.
That's right. That's right.
Like, you don't want people to put on their pajamas.
Well, we'll try not to put people to sleep during the game show, which is what we're going to play right now. And we have, thanks to our stage manager, Howard Gibbs, who's standing behind this old board. Let's give him a nice hand. We have a number of different subjects, and Willow, I'm going to let you go first by choosing. But first, let's hear what the subjects are. Could you tell me what the subjects are?
Yeah, man. They are Poodle Schwanoodle, Stephen on a Roll, Seeing Through the Haze, Growing Up Carbon, and Valparaiso Preso.
I'm going to go with Stephen on a Roll.
Stephen on a roll. Okay. Good. All right. We need Stephen at the microphone, though. Stephen will need to come up to the microphone. Okay. While he's coming to the microphone, you come over here.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Merriman is a native of South Bend and has played drums professionally since 1978, playing a variety of musical genres from reggae to rock and jazz. He has performed in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, New York City, San Diego, and Boulder, Colorado. His credits include the Boulder Jazz Improvisation Group. Yes, and you're doing it for me, but you need to do it on mic.
Chiaroscuro.
Thank you. And in the Great Leap, a drum improvisation duo, is that correct?
Yep, drum piano duet.
Oh, okay. So explain to me who was the other person in that.
Well, he's actually the fellow that I learned how to tune pianos from, how to work on pianos. His name was Peter Knauer. He's from Germany originally, and I met him in Boulder, and he had written a whole bunch of piano concertos, and we joined forces, just piano and drums, and we played these piano concertos.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
Wow.
over the country.
that's great.
We ended up in New York, and it was pretty amazing. And I learned, well, we didn't make a whole lot of money because you loved it or hated it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a steamroller. If you didn't completely surrender to it and embrace it, it would kill you. So you would have to run swiftly away, and many people did. And so we didn't make a lot of money.
Right.
So the piano tuning was how we survived. And what's amazing is that I had absolutely no idea that something I was doing when I was 20 years old, because I wanted to play my drums, I was going to be doing the rest of my life.
Wow.
And it helped me so much be able to keep the music and the art in a safe place. I never had to put it on the chopping block just for money. I could do that with tuning.
Okay.
But people
Speaking-
pay me.
Yeah. Well, speaking of money and prizes, we have to get on with our game show.
You don't want to talk about this anymore?
No, we're going to talk to Willow and give her a choice.
Oh.
And we know from listening to Stephen many times that he can be credited with a string of great quotations. Is that not right about Stephen? Yeah. Okay. So Willow, which of these quotes cannot be attributed to Stephen Merriman? Are you ready? Which quote cannot? This country is like jazz, a great experiment. So many different ideas, all making them happen. Jazz allows each individual as an individual to play. No one player is a prima donna. Each player plays in connection with the whole, with the others, and also individually. And that is why jazz is our national anthem. And why musicians from other nations are fascinated with it. That's A. That does seem Stephen. Okay. Playing together is B, is playing together is a social thing. I didn't want to have any boundaries. Have you ever read the Chronicles of Narnia, it's like the wardrobe. I mean, the song structure. You go into the song and you find Narnia. You get into the flow. As long as you're with friends and you can trust them, you'll get back through the wardrobe. Okay, that's B. C, jazz is the power of love. There is no script. It's conversation. The emotion is given to you by musicians as they make split-second decisions to fulfill what they feel the moment requires. Is it A, B, or C?
Well, they're all great quotes, and I sort of think A maybe. I don't know. The last two, especially the Narnia one, Stephen. I don't know. I might be off, but that one just felt completely.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Willow, but it was C. That was by Wynton Marsalis. So
hey,
anyway.
it's good company, though.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll take that.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. All right, Tony, it's your time to see if you can put points on the board.
Let's try Valparaiso Preso.
Valparaiso Preso, which is, number 5. Okay. All right. Stefan Hess. Step up right. He was born and raised near Valparaiso, Indiana. He was classically trained, but he works primarily in the jazz idiom, largely due to his preference for spontaneity over rigid structures. Would you say that's true?
That's absolutely true.
That's why you put it in your bio.
Yes, that's correct.
Valparaiso is a fascinating area with great dining and a wonderful independent music venue. I don't know if you've ever been to the Front Porch, but it's right there in town, right?
Yep, right on Lincoln Way there.
Right, and it's been there a long time.
Yep, it's been there as long as I've been, as long as I can know that it's been around.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of famous people have been there, actually. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Besides the notable Stefan Hess, quite a few other artists of prestige have called Valparaiso their home. Which of these is not a notable, let me get over here, performing artist or writer from Valparaiso? Is it Gina Fattori, producer and writer of Dawson's Creek, Gilmore Girls, Parenthood, and showrunner of Dare Me? Christopher Funk, an American musician and multi-instrumentalist, best known as a member of the Portland, Oregon indie rock band, The Decemberist. C, Orville Redenbacher, a hybrid popcorn developer. Or D, Carly Brooke Schroeder, known for playing Serena Baldwin, the daughter of Scotty Baldwin, and Lucy Coe in the General Hospital spinoff Port Charles.
Oh, boy.
So it's one of those that is not a performer.
Is not a performer.
Right.
Well, that would be C. Or, wait a minute. It's A, B, C, or D, right?
Right.
C. Orville Redenbacher is not a performer.
That's exactly right. He got the easy one. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, but you have a chance. Oh, what's our score?
Well, George, we have Willow with 0 and Tony with 1.
Okay. All right, Willow, choose.
I'm going to go with Seeing Through the Haze.
Seeing Through the Haze. Okay, this is good. Mary Merriman, would you step to the microphone? Mary Merriman began playing alto sax and electric bass in jazz band starting in middle school. She discovered jazz at Central Michigan University in Mount Pleasant, sitting in with an improvisational jazz studio class, Studio 12, directed by Dr. Robert Hayes. Mary, do you have any memories from those days of working with Dr. Hayes?
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Step right up to the mic
yeah,
and say
yeah.
that. He was a great guy?
He was a beautiful guy. And
Yeah.
I was just in high school too, but I was playing with this college group.
Yeah.
And I just remember I was quite intimidated by him, though, because he had these big bushy eyebrows. And
Big, yeah.
He's big giant, and he would look at you, but he'd have this really cheeky smile. And he would just be talking about the philosophy of jazz, and then we would go around. I was part of the rhythm section, of course.
Yeah.
And he would go around, and each person would do their solo, and he would kind of discuss soloing and improv, and
Wow.
it was quite a thing to start learning in high school.
Yeah,
It
indeed.
left an impression, which influenced me with this whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if Willow can answer a question about Dr. Hayes. The late
Oh.
Dr. Hayes, a native of Boise, Idaho, served in the Army. You can help her, by the way. You can help her if you want to. Like, stomp your feet on the right one, okay? Or give it a
Just
wiggle.
remember his eyebrows.
Okay.
You know?
All right. He's a native of Boise, Idaho, served in the Army during World War II, was director of bands at the University of Southern Mississippi, and studied the psychology of music at Columbia University. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. He secured his PhD in music composition from Indiana University. Which one of these other accomplishments was something he achieved during his lifetime? Are you ready? A is he created the official fight song for the University of Southern Mississippi. Southern to the Top, it's called. B, he worked with Robert Moog. Is that how you say that, or Moog? Moog synthesizer. Robert Moog, helping Nate?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Moog.
He worked with Robert, what? Moog, do you know?
Moog.
Moog.
It is Moog.
Okay. He worked with Robert Moog, helping with the creation of the Moog synthesizer. Or C, he created an orchestra or orchestral piece plus synthesizer composition, Oracle of Apollo 1, to commemorate the flight of NASA's Apollo 1. Which one of those do you think he achieved during his lifetime? Was it the song for the University of Southern Mississippi, working with Robert Moog on the synthesizer, or creating something to commemorate the flight of Apollo 1?
Can we work together, Mary?
Oh, sure.
What do you think?
I actually think it's weirdly B,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, will you just
I
give it a
feel like
guess?
I'm gonna go with B.
Well, actually, you're correct because it's all of the above.
Okay, great.
How about that? All right. We do that sometimes on Shoot the Moon. Tony, what's our score now?
George, we've got Willow now with 1, and Tony with 1.
Okay. Good. These are good scores. Now, what do we have up here left? Can you see it?
Yep. Let's see. Let's go with Poodle Schnoodle.
Poodle Schnoodle. Okay. Mm-hmm. Todd Neuenschwander has performed with his, there he is, with his saxophone all across the United States and Europe. He has a degree in music education from Ball State University. And you had a professor, Dr. George Wolfe. He was quite notable, right?
Oh yeah. He's quite an accomplished player.
Yeah, and you was that a good class, or did you had a like personal?
Oh yeah, he was private lessons instructor.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You grew up listening to Branford Marsalis, John Coltrane, and Bleeding Guns Murphy. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Now tell us about Bleeding Guns Murphy. In terms of when did you meet Bleeding Guns?
So Bleeding Gums was a character on fantastic television program The Simpsons.
That's right. Give Simpsons a nice hand. Okay, that's great. Todd, you've called South Bend home since 2009, spending time with your roller derby wife.
Yes.
Does she actually do roller derby?
Oh yes, South Bend Roller Derby as a team here. Fantastic league, and it's so much fun to watch them play.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do that sometime. Also, you have a blues singing poodle, and Hold on just a minute. And its name is unusual. Let's see if we can get Tony to guess what that name is. A, is it Mademoiselle Marmalade? Monsieur Fluffy Pants? Sur Saucisson? Or Frère Jacques?
Oh boy. Can you read those again?
Sure. Mademoiselle Marmalade, Monsieur Fluffy Pants, Sur Saucisson, and Frère Jacques. Frère Jacques.
I'm going to go with D.
Oh no, what is it?
My poodle's name is Monsieur Fluffy Pants.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Well, what's the score now?
The score is now Willow with 1 and Tony with 1.
But we have a tiebreaker, right?
We do.
And Willow gets it automatically. I don't know why. I have no idea. So what does that leave us with?
Growing up carbon.
Okay. Maximilian Wilfinger, step up to the plate. Maximilian Wilfinger grew up in Connecticut, picking up the trumpet in grade school. In high school, he played arrangements of Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and Thad Jones. He continued his interest in music at Central Connecticut State University, and afterwards, he decided to pursue a graduate degree in organic chemistry at the University of Notre Dame. Is that good? Step right up to that mic. Okay. And that's partly because of the presence of Merrimans Playhouse in South Bend. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Hey. How did you find out about Merrimans?
Well, when I was here for my recruitment weekend at University of Notre Dame, I was looking at what the city had to offer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, it was between here, University of Rhode Island, and Texas A&M. And I found the atmosphere here to be honestly the best in my views and what I kind of wanted to achieve both with my work life and my personal life.
That's great. We love South Bend and all it has to offer in Notre Dame. Now, as many of you know, organic chemistry is a sub-discipline within chemistry involving the scientific study of the structure, properties, and reactions of organic compounds and organic materials, i.e., matter in its various forms that contain carbon atoms. In other words, organic chemistry is a lot like jazz. And so is the word retrosynthesis. Which of the following choices refers to the word retrosynthesis? And you know what? We're going to let you both play, and the first one to the correct answer wins. How's that? A, the title of Maximilian's first album. B, the name of Maximilian's first band. C, a strategy to design a synthesis which starts with a target molecule and splices it to pieces according to known reactions. Or D, the affectionate name Maximilian uses for his horn. Retrosynthesis. What could it possibly be? Willow?
I'm going to go with first band.
First band. Is that correct?
No.
And it's not your first album either, is it?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. And it's not the name of your horn.
Well, no.
Okay. So I guess she won.
All right.
Okay, so what's the final score?
That would be Willow with 1 plus 1, I guess, and Tony with 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tony. What does that mean?
Well, win or lose, everyone gets lucky on Shoot the Moon. Both Willow and Tony have won a mug with a T-shirt, both bearing the Wild Rose Moon logo, which is the image of Rosie gazing at the first full moon in June when the wild roses bloom. Drink up and enjoy your morning Java, tea, or moonshine in your Wild Rose Moon drinking convenience. Congratulations, Willow and Tony. Everybody wins when we play Shoot the Moon.
Right after the break, we'll feature more jazz and conversation with the Merrimans Playhouse Players.
With support from Judith Robert, and in memory of our dear friend Tom Kapazinskas, Ely Marshall, and from the generosity of the Marshall County Community Foundation, the Indiana Arts Commission, Marshall County Tourism, and WVPE Public Radio, you're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Wild, and I mean wild, Rose Moon Radio Hour. This has been a wild time tonight, I'll tell you. Stefan Hess, could you step on up to that mic for a minute? You studied with at Valparaiso University with a gentleman named Joseph Bogner, is that not correct?
Yes.
And what was, Joseph was quite a well-known musician in his own right.
He is a phenomenal classical pianist. Traveled the world, you know, and
What did you study personally with him, or how did that work?
I did. I studied. He's my second teacher, formal teacher. Started with someone named Jim Chrisman, and that was the preliminary beginnings. So I got to a certain level, and I wanted to get more serious with the classical, you know, and more focused lessons, and that's when I moved to work with him, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the instruction that I got from him was a university level. So
That's great, and I'm glad that he got you here this evening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
likewise.
Okay, Maximilian Wilfinger, would you come up? You went to Central Connecticut State University. That's located somewhere, New Hartford. Is that right?
It is in New Britain, Connecticut.
Oh, New Brittany. Oh, that's okay. And it started as a teaching school, I think. A long time ago?
I think in Connecticut it is actually the earliest public university.
Right. Now, is the Park River anywhere close to that, or do you know?
The park, I know the Connecticut River is kind of close to it, and I think there is a river that goes through town, but I didn't really spend much time outside of the campus other than, doing classes.
But this is where you got turned on to jazz in a real deep way.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And part of that was definitely due to the influence of the more mature players at that school and the jazz director there, Dr. Carl Knox.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. Thank you so much we always want to learn a little bit about our players because they have such rich backgrounds. Thank you, Maximilian. That leaves us with Todd. Todd, you work with Con Selmer, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And how long have you been involved there?
I've been with them a little over 5 years.
And you have a degree from Ball State, and you studied with Dr. George Wolfe.
Yes, I did.
And tell us a little bit about that. I always like learning about these people who inspire others.
Yeah, and my experience at Ball State was pretty varied. George Wolfe was a great teacher, learned a lot from him, but it also, the program brought in several other teachers, and so I took bits and pieces from all of them as I developed as a player.
Right, and you've played all over the world.
I've played in a good number of places, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you're out all over the world somewhere, and can you remember one of those gigs?
the coolest place I ever played was Montreux, Switzerland, and
Yeah.
I mean it's just a beautiful city in general. But we played a concert overlooking Lake Geneva with the mountains and everything. It was beautiful.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's great. Well, I was wondering if you could put that horn to good use, along with Maximilian, and see if the players could give us another tune.
Sure.
Thanks so much to all the members of the band, Stefan Hess, Todd Neuenschwander, Maximilian Wilfinger, and Mary and Stephen Merriman, and our vocalist, Patti Shaffner. Thanks to our game show contestants, Willow Weatherall, Director of Downtown South Bend, and Tony Crable, Program Director of WVPE Public Radio. And thank you all. Give yourselves a big hand for a great first outing of the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour at Merriman's Playhouse.
With support from Judith Robert, and in the memory of our good friend Tom Kapazinskas, and with additional support from Marshall County Community Foundation, Marshall County Tourism, and E. Lee Marshall, and WVPE Public Radio, you've been listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Thank you to our announcer, Derek Jensen, our music producer, John Baylor, voice of Rosie, Pam Gunterman, creator of Rosie, Vera Schubert, stage manager, Howard Gibbs, audio engineer, Nate Butler, our photographer, Matthew Bergmoser, video producers, Jim Yoakum and Jonathan Nixon, PR coordinator, Ashley Matthews, friend of the moon, Dan Schubert, and special thanks to our applause specialist, Michelle Schricker, for her organizing acumen and undying support of the moon, the mission, and me. John.
George.
Can you fill this playhouse with plentiful plucked pleasures, pickled and pruned from the planetary plings plunked from your plectrum?
I would be pleased to. So when you think you've lost that light, oh, pain and heartache fill your soul with strife, just remember, as you're tumbling down, it won't be long till the river goes round. River goes round, round the bend. River goes round, round, round to the very end. And when it stops, it starts again. It won't be long.
It won't be long
till the river goes round.
Till the river goes round.
It won't be long.
It won't be long
till the river goes round.
Till the river goes round
and round and round and round.